Phoenix Suns have been one of the most disappointing teams in this 2025 NBA season. The big three of Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, and Kevin Durant have been each other for a second year now. And in real life, these guys are 11 seed, which is out the play-in, which is very disappointing. Just considering 4 years ago, this team was in the NBA Finals and had a lot of promise, and they were led by no other than Devin Booker, but they gave away all their assets to get this team. So today we're going to rebuild this Phoenix Suns team. One of the biggest things I am going to try to do is keep Devin Booker because he's been here for the long haul. He's been when this team, had barely 20 wins back in 2017 in his early days. And then when they got Chris Paul, they got their stuff back together. So with that being said, we're going to simulate the rest of the season and go from there. So we're at the end of the first season. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is your MVP. Stephen Castle is your Rookie of the Year. Scoot Henderson is Sixth Man of the Year. Dyson Daniels, Defensive Player of the Year. That's nice seeing the guard win a Defensive Player. Cade Cunningham from my Detroit Pistons, Most Improved. And Trae Young, Kid Clutch Player of the Year. And Mark Dean-Lannot from the Thunder is Coach of the Year. And do we have any Phoenix Suns on the NBA? We have two, Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, which is nice to see. We unfortunately might not be able to keep both of them at the end of the season, but we'll just see. And as expected, we did not make the play-in, so we're going to simulate the playoffs. So we're at the end of the 2025 playoffs. Nikola Jokic has won the Finals MVP and led the Denver Nuggets to their second championship in 3 years. Now we go to us. We will be making some big adjustments to this team. We started in the draft lottery. The Rockets have our draft pick because we traded it, like I said in the beginning of the video. We trade our assets to get this current team. So the biggest thing we're going to do is get rid of Bradley Beal. We do have some decent offers for him. It's really just how we really want to go with this team. I mean, do we really want to get another player that's just slightly better than him, that's making a lot of money, or do we just want to go get a player like Ron Holland who can develop for us? That is a trade I am leaning towards, is Ron Holland trade, because he's only 20 years old. He has potential. We can switch him to power forward or small forward position, and we don't have to commit to them. So that's the trade we're going to do. We're going to trade Bradley Beal for Ron Holland. Now, next thing we're going to do is look for trades for Kevin Durant. Okay, so I don't see anything enticing. Trae Young is cool, but I don't like the idea of having Trae Young and Devin Booker as a backcourt defensively. So we're just going to try to trade for other guys, and I'll see we'll have other trades matched up. Our second trade of the all season is going to be trading Grayson Allen for their first round pick. Grayson Allen is a good player for us. $17 million. I think we can get a little bit more valuable players in the all season that's doing the same productive. So we will get this Utah draft pick. And Utah is one of the worst teams this past season. Our third trade of the all season will be trading Royce O'Neal, Cody Martin for Isaiah Stewart in the first round pick. We need some more first round picks. And Isaiah Stewart, whether he's starting or a backup, I think he will give us nice grit as a center. The 2025 NBA draft, Cooper Flagg and Ace Bailey are the top two picks so far. We have one draft pick at the end of the first round. We're going to see who's left. Jace Richardson, somebody I am very aware of, who is Jason Richardson's son. We can literally just take any good talent. The best player available would be ideal. But like I said, Devin Booker is somebody I do want to bet around, and I think he's more of a two guard to me. So I would prefer to get a point guard and another shooting guard. But like I said, Jace Richardson, he is on top of the draft board. He wouldn't be a bad draft pick. I'm going between Nolan Torrey and Jace Richardson. This is going to be tough, but I think Jace Richardson, I will be able to get a lot of other rebuilds. So I'm even going to take Nolan Torrey, who's coming from France, another experiment, another experiment player we can play on. One of the other draft picks that the Phoenix Suns had selected in the past, who was foreign, was Dragon Bender. Hopefully this ends up a lot better than that draft pick. And we do have second round pick. We will do it for best player available. Our draft board says is Rocky Zagorski, so that's who we will draft from Australia. So we after the NBA draft, it was time to pick up team player options. We picked up the options of Hoser Agora and Vichy Mishik, and we're going to be trading them for two Bulls first round picks who are a mid team at best. So let's go ahead and get these draft picks. We need as much draft capital as possible since we traded our draft picks in the past trades. So we are at day one of free agency. One player, the main player of free agency I decided to bring back was Cameron Payne. He was one of the best backup point guards when he was on the Phoenix Suns. We put the Alec Burks for his 3-point percentage. We gave Javonte Green 2-year deal for defense, Justin Champagne for his length, and Monte Morris, another guy who can be third string point guard, and Landry Shamet for his 3-point shooting. So here we are at the end of free agency. This is our current roster. Other pickups we signed in free agency was Torrey Craig, another member of the 2021 Suns team, and then I was thinking about contemplating Rocky Zerowski. I was thinking about trading him, but I think he's only 19 years old. He can still stay on the team, even though we just drafted him. And one thing I do like about this team compared to the team before we had Bradley Beal is we have a little bit more depth, and we'll see if that depth really comes to complement this team overall during this 2026 NBA season. So we are about 2 months in the 2026 NBA season, and our records are 14-20. We're just about the same, if not worse, than last season. But luckily, Kevin Durant, his stats go down, but Devin Booker is really leading away with 32 points per game. Ron Holland is progressing nicely. But the reason I pause this at this time point, because I think it is time to make some trades early. I don't want to wait your deadline. I want to get it better. I want to get this team better as soon as possible. So the first trade we're going to be making is trade Isaiah Stewart and Ryan Dunn. Ryan Dunn is a nice young piece, but 4 points per game, that's just not going to do it. And I'm not going to change tendencies. I feel like that would be cheating. So right now we're going to do Malik Monk, who, 18 points per game. He's been pretty solid ever since he left the Charlotte Hornets. And we got Jonas Valanciunas, one of the better big man for most of his career. So this is going to be the most controversial trade of the VO, but I'm actually going to trade Nick Richards and Lamar Stevens for Ben Simmons. The reason this is because Ben Simmons, he's locked up on a 3-year deal. I am going to turn him to a small forward, will upgrade his overall. And I just think with his versatility, his passing, his defense, he can do a lot of things that may not show up on the stat sheet when it comes to scoring, but I think he has intangibles and just his overall impact. He can be like the Draymond Green on this group. So this is why we're going to trade for Ben Simmons, and welcome to the team. So we're going to do this trading with Alec Burks, who's been pretty disappointing, only averaging 20%. His per 36 is pretty terrible himself, so he's not really scoring and shooting like we expected. Monte Morris, he's been doing his real. I mean, he's not the best officially, but for a backup center, since we lost Nick Richards, I think getting Jock Lagdale, he will be he was the best center available when I put the trade finder for these two players. So we're going to trade for Jock Lagdale. So we're here at the actual trade deadline after making the trades that we wanted to do, and we didn't get much better still. We're still the 11th seed, and this might be the most controversial, biggest move we made. I saw Jaylen Brown in the trade finder. So the logic of this trade is, Kevin Durant's getting older. He can retire if we try to extend him after this all season. And Jaylen Brown's a proven NBA champion. He is on a very expensive contract, but if things get bad, in my opinion, we can't just trade him again. But this is just the main reason we're doing this trade, just to get value of KD so he doesn't walk for nothing or retire in the next 2 years. So with that being said, welcome to the team, Jaylen Brown. We're at the end of season number 2. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is your MVP. Cooper Flash, your Rookie of the Year. RJ Barrett, your Sixth Man of the Year. Walker Kessler, your Defensive Player of the Year. Zachary Richardson is your Most Improved. And Anthony Edwards is your Clutch Player. And Chris Finch is Coach of the Year. Timberwolves are really good in this game. And do we have any Pheonix Suns? Devin Booker was averaging Yeah, a lot of points for us. The last time I checked, Devin Booker averaging 28 points per game on 50, 40, 90. When his arguably his best season in his career. I mean, that's exactly why we kept him. Um, do we have any other Suns anywhere else? No, we don't. So as you can see, we made the play-in, which is improvement. We did improve our team from last year, and let's see if we can win this game um, with our current roster. We're winning. We're winning. We're winning. It's a tight game. It's a tight game. It's a tight game. Wow! 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 So just like that, we just got eliminated from the play-in. We lost by one. Jokic made a 3-pointer. So just like that, our season is over. I'll see you guys once the championship is. Oh, just like that, the Cavaliers have won their first championship in 10 years when LeBron and Kyrie won it back in 2016. So, it's a lot of different places we could go. But like I said at the start of the video, I did want to keep Devin Booker. He's going to be like our Kobe in this situation. So the draft lottery just happened, as you guys saw. We had the 5th overall pick. And there are some good players I actually want to trade for. AJ DeBosa, who is an 82 overall. I would love to have him on the team. We're going to give up whoever we have to for him. And Cameron Boozer. If we can get both of them, that's cool. But if we can just get one, that's perfectly fine. Darius Akoff is another player I know of who's from Detroit, Michigan, where I'm from. He's a nice, enticing point guard, but we already drafted a point guard last year, so there would be no need for him. With, for our 5th pick on the line, Cameron Boozer and AJ Badonsa have already been taken. The Thunder are already too overpowered. They already got an MVP last 2 seasons. It's no reason they need AJ Badonsa. And let's make our job easier by, taking him away from them. Actually, we are going to draft a player. We're going to select Elijah Arenas, but we have no plans on keeping him at all. We are going to trade him. The reason why I drafted Elijah is so you see the 4-star value it was bigger before we drafted him. So we go to the OKC Thunder. So they're both 4 stars. They are thinking about it. When the system goes slow, that means they are thinking about trading draft pick. So like I said before the draft, I would like to get Cameron Boozer too. I think that's going to be a nice player for us to progress. I want to get Jock Lagnow up. I am willing to give up Javonte Green. And I'm also willing to give up Jordan Miller. So just like that, we have AJ Badonsa on the team. Now the next person we're going to try to get from our 8th overall pick is Cameron Boozer. Cameron Boozer's son. Wait, is his name Cameron Boozer or Carlos Cameron? I get all their names confused, but yeah, that's who we're going to get, who's selected by the Lakers. So here we are, the trade finder for Cameron Boozer. We drafted Caleb Wilson with our 8th pick. They're not going to take that straight up, but it's okay. We got plenty of players. I did Landry Sham and Cameron Payne. All those guys have not championship DNA, but these guys they were key opponents to one of the best Suns teams that they had in the last few years. But in order to get somebody like Cameron Boozer, who has superstar potential in this game, I will have to force you to get them up. So those weren't doing. We're going to trade the swap worst for Timberwolves pick, and just like that, we have Cameron Boozer. Welcome to the team, and let's go from here. Right here. First trade, biggest trade of all season. We will be trading Jaylen Brown in the 1st round pick, Malik Monk for Quentin Grimes and Tyrese Maxey. I plan on playing Quentin Grimes in small forward position and Tyrese Maxey to Jaylen Brown swap, just all-star for all-star. I just like Tyrese Maxey's contract a little bit better, and he's 4 years younger. So we're going to make this trade. Trade for Chris Boucher. He's a year younger and he's cheaper. And I want to use my money as best as possible in free agency. So welcome to the Suns, Chris Boucher. So we are at the start of free agency. We have signed 4 players so far. Ken Whitmore Jr., who's the biggest one out of 81 overall. Ken Martin Jr. And we signed Jock Lagdale. And and Jeff Downton, who's going to be our third string point guard. At the end of free agency and now the player progression, the biggest downgrade is Tyrese Maxey, which is weird. He should be closer to his prime at the age of 25. Chris Boucher is 33, went down. And other signings that signed off screen was Houston Nurkic and Bogdan Bogdanovic, who was actually drafted by the Phoenix Suns back in 2014, but was traded for, I think, some cash or something around our guards. Roster at the start of season number 3. The first thing we're going to do before the season start is I say I want to build on Devin Booker. Devin Booker is the interest is mutual. He wants to resign. But one thing I am going to do, I'm going to make sure we win a championship, have enough money to win a championship sooner than later. I'm going to make sure we down this front from increasing it so he doesn't get a super max contract from us. And one thing I am going to do, which also might be controversial, is I will give him a no trade clause. We want to build around Devin Booker. He drafted by us. He's a higher overall. He's just one of those players who's him. You know, he's been a 25-point per game scorer for majority of his NBA career, and he's been so loyal to us. So I think he deserves a no trade clause. So we are here at the trade deadline, and I'm not gonna say I'm proud of this team, but I like how this team is doing. This is the best we're doing it. We're almost certified to make the playoffs. One thing I do not love about rotation is the center position. So we are going to try to upgrade that. Houston Nurkic, I got him for a backup because he was really slandered when he was here during the Bradley Beal KD era. But he's not a terrible center. I mean, he did average a double-double, but he's just not starting center level. So we're definitely going to upgrade. Oh, we were looking for a center. I think our matchmate was having Khalil Ware, who's in his 3rd or 4th year. He's 22 years old, 84 overall. I think he's a perfect swap for Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons, like I said, 5 and 3 assists. I mean, that's kind of what I expect him to do. I mean, not the best numbers, but he just a mini all-around player. But we have an upgrade Khalil Ware, who's averaging a 13-point double-double. Welcome to the team. Tyrese Maxey, I mean, he is a new inquirer, but Jalen Brunson is an absolute dog, man. He's 92 overall. Ever since the 2022 playoffs, he's been making a name for himself in the NBA. I don't love OG Anunoby's contract, especially in this game, but that's why we drafted AJ Batanza. We will miss Quentin Grimes in trade, but welcome to the team, Jalen Brunson. We got almost a superstar player to the Suns. After the trade deadline, we simulated the rest of the season. Victor Wembanyama is his first MVP. And yes, Cameron Boozer, the dude that I aggressively tried to trade for in the draft, has won Rookie of the Year. Proud to see that. Cooper Flash, 6th Man of the Year. Victor Wembanyama, Defensive Player of the Year. Dylan Harper, Most Improved Player. John Morant, Clutch Player of the Year. And, oh man, 73-9 for the Spurs. And Greg Popovich, he's been coaching for so long. He has reached his best record. Not with Kawhi, not with Tim Duncan, but with Victor Wembanyama as the best player. That's a sight to see. Overall, we don't have any awards or NBA teams, but AJ Batanza and Cameron Boozer both made our rookie first team. And we are, again, for the second straight season, playing. I mean, we were 4th, 5th seed pretty steadily throughout the season, but we failed. We're going to play the Sacramento Kings, who, you know, they don't have the best squad. I mean, they're okay. Domantas Sabonis, Jabari Smith, Zach LaVine. I think that's even Andrew and Aaron Williams, but we're going to set these rotations to see how we do against them. They're really kicking the first quarter. And wow, it's not really looking too good for us, man. Luckily, we were good enough to get another game in. So we're playing the Houston Rockets for the fight for the playoffs. We just adjust our rotation to make it better. The Rockets team, I assume, is kind of how it is in real life. Yeah, it is for the most part, but they added Ty Jerome. Yeah, we just gotta get this win, man. I mean, we made a lot of trades. I think we're a lot better than when we started the video. And oh man, just like last year, again. I mean, we are at the playoffs. I mean, I just don't understand what more do I have to do. Jalen Green went off for a 42-point game. Let's simulate the rest of the playoffs. So this is a 4-season rebuild. We've done 3 seasons so far. Ooh, Pistons versus Spurs. That would have been a good final. Spurs, Victor Wembanyama gets his first MVP. Finals MVP in his first ring. So I'm going to try to be as aggressive as I can to get this team a championship in fourth year. I don't know how realistic that is, but I am glad that we moved on for KD. We got Ryan Holland for Bradley Beal, which cleared a lot of cap space for us to get other guys. So we're just going to see how this offseason do. And I'm going to say before we make any moves, I don't know if there's anyone we want in the draft. We will see the overalls. But yeah, our team is going to try to be as aggressive. Our mission as a team this offseason be as aggressive as ever. So during the draft lottery, we were awarded the third overall pick, and Tyron Stokes, a player that I wouldn't have mind at slid. He was taking number first, but I'm pretty happy with taking the Taj Ariza. Who actually, I think, Trevor Ariza, his dad actually did play for the Suns. But we're going to take Brandon McCoy here. Nice, another point guard we had. The second point guard we dropped in 2 years. His player comparison, he has Hall of Fame ceiling. So we will love that. Like I said, we're trying to be aggressive as possible this last season. So welcome to the team. Team do need a little bit of bench depth. Kenyon Martin, Chris Boucher, they are okay for us, but we can get Mo Wagner, who is a nice stretch big. He's been averaging, besides this season, he's been averaging double digits, and we get a first round pick. We still have little to no draft capital. We literally have 2 first round picks in the last few years. So welcome to the team, Mo Wagner. At the end of free agency and now to player progression, some of the free agency we signed was Jonathan Isaac for his defense. Grayson Allen's back on the team for the second time in the video. And I like this team, man. Cameron Boozer, man, he's really progressing. I'm really proud of that draft pick. He's maybe the best player we traded for, especially considering the future of this team. But Jalen Brunson, Devin Booker, I mean, it makes sense. That backcourt makes sense. They're both offensive players. They're both in the same age. And we're going to see how this team do by trade deadline. One of my main concerns was trading for Jalen Brunson was also trading for OG Anunoby. So in this trade here, we will be trading for De'Aaron Fox, and we will be moving Devin Booker at the small forward. He goes higher at that position. And he's just an overall player. Only giving a 1 first round pick for the talent De'Aaron Fox would not be bad at all. Deadline, this is supposed to be our last season. Hey man, as long as we're in the playoffs, I guess I can't be too mad. But we're under 500. I expect more from this team, man. I mean, we got good young players regress. We got a nice backcourt, or I should say, nice 4-man all-star level players in De'Aaron Fox, Cameron Boozer, Jalen Brunson, and Devin Booker. And we got lucky because Cam Whitmore got waived on his rookie contract. We did extend him. He averaged 16 points for us. I mean, we have a good team. I mean, I feel like we should be doing better, but we're not gonna complain. We're just gonna see how this team does for the rest of the season. Season number 4, Victor Wembanyama your MVP, Tyron Stokes your Rookie of the Year. Cause that's a hell of a name. That's a funnier name than Giannis. Jeko Ksinos has won 6 Man of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year. Victor Elijah Arenas, the guy we actually drafted but traded away for Cameron Boozer. He won Most Improved. And Victor and Greg Popovich together, get 71 wins, man. Pretty impressive. They were able to do that without De'Aaron Fox too. So do we have any Pheonix Suns at all? Or any of the awards? All NBA, it doesn't seem like we do. So hey, we're 3rd seed, man. I said we're gonna be really aggressive. We're playing against Luka. Luka is trouble to this team, man. One of the last times this team was really competitive was back in 2022. Luka absolutely embarrassed the Pheonix Suns, man. They were down by like 40 points in Game 7, 2022. But hopefully this story is a bit different. Luka has a similar team to back then too. I think we are the better overall team. We're going to see how this team do. We're going to simulate every game using this settings. They take game 1. They take game 2. Okay, I don't like the sound of that at all. So what we're going to do, we're going to actually adjust the settings to tighten, deny, and just simulate, see how it go. I actually did want a simcast too, but I didn't want this video to last forever. So we just take game 3, man. Like to see that. Nolan and Cameron Boozer are hurt. It's actually nice to see Bronny getting some time, and I don't know what this negative connotation of Bronny is, him being a Neto child. I mean, he is part of nepotism, but people acting like Bronny has no talent is absolutely disrespectful for his game. I mean, this dude, prior to his cardiac arrest, he was high. He was. If you looked at his game, I mean, he was no slouch or scrub of a player. He was a very excellent high school player. He's a very he wasn't a bad college player. He just had cardiac arrest, and he got drafted when it done, and he was always an NBA player in my eyes of knowing him. But like I said, man, just because he had other things off the court, people are negative to him. But we do not want to support Bronny. We want him to lose. But just like that, man, we lost. That's 4 straight seasons. It's our first playoff in 4 seasons. The Knicks won the championship. So in real life, the Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker Suns are not the best. They've been going on for 2 years. In this video, we try to make them better, but we weren't able to really do that, man. I mean, we did what we could. We signed all-star players. I think we definitely got better, but this video was supposed to get Devin Booker a ring as in a timely matter, and Devin Booker didn't even perform well in regular season. His stats went down, probably playing with other players. But again, thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you next time.